welcome back to the amazing digital dating simulator, the Ragatha Rat. Also, you probably can't hear it now, but I did fix the volume level. Hopefully that sounds better now. I can't really tell until after recording, but be close enough. So basically, summary up to this point, we still out with the autumn air. It was a lot less cold than this morning. Wow, since we haven't had weather this nice since summer. I forgot that was my character's name. I can't deny the weather is pretty nice. And I know with your help, the culture fair will be a huge success. See, Jubilee swings her arm as she talks to me, just like when she was showing me the dorms. Well, let's at least start planning the fair before we say it's going to be a success. She smiles back at me. Yeah, of course. Also, I am recording with Bluetooth, so I better hurry the hell up before they die on me. Or if they die, I'll just edit it and fix it. It's just nice to have some help. I was really nervous I would have to organize this whole thing on my own. That would be pretty stressful. Hopefully, we can share the burden of organizing the culture fair pretty evenly. I took a seat at the student lounge, a cup of tea that Ragatha made me in my hand. Ragatha went to her room to grab some things, but it's been a while since she left. To my surprise, the first person to walk in is Pomni. Hi. I waved to her. Hi, Sins, here for dinner? Dinner. I was actually going to meet with Ragatha for. As if someone by my words, Ragatha walks in carrying a paper bag of groceries. Hi, Sins. She gives me a friendly wave. Hey, Ragatha, were we going to have tea and prepare for the culture festival? She puts a palm to her forehead. Ugh, I knew I was forgetting something. Sorry, I kind of forgot that me and Pomni had made dinner in the lounge every Tuesday. I suddenly feel really awkward. Oh, am I interrupting something, or can I go? No, they say at the exact same time. I mean, if you want, you can join us for dinner. Would that be okay? Ragnar and Pomni exchange a quick look before nodding. Yeah, you know what they say, since variety is the spice of life. I nod. Okay, Ragnar. Well, I didn't bring anything to cook, so I'm just gonna work on ideas for the culture fair, I guess. Let me do all the work. That sounds great, Sins. I'm excited to see what you come up with. The two of them get to work swiftly as they make spaghetti and meatballs. Hell yeah. Make sure you put mine in the fridge for me, because for some reason I don't like eating spaghetti warm. It also depends on what spaghetti gets put in the fridge to cool down a bit with the sauce. I don't know, I'm a weird dude. She sets the water to boil and hands Pomni a jar of sauce to heat up. Even as Pomni pours the sauce into the pot, it starts one of the burners to warm it up. Ragatha eyes her nervously. Pomni must be a pretty bad cook, and Ragatha doesn't even trust her to heat up pasta on sauce. Uh, I didn't think I read that right. No time to think about all that, though. I began to jot ideas down in my notebook for the culture festival. Oh no, I forgot to grab something to stir the pasta with. What the fuck? Come on, Ragatha. That is the one rule of spaghetti making. She says, clutching her hair. Sans Pomni, can you guys hold things down while I go grab something from my room? Well, I was trying to work on ideas, but I was struggling to come up with any ideas anyways. I nod. We'll be fine for a few minutes, Ragatha. Good, thanks, Sans. Just try not to burn the place down, you two. I try my best to hold things down, watching the pasta water, making sure the pasta sauce is heating evenly. Also, did Pomni add the salt? That's a better question. Within a few minutes, the student lounge is filled with the unpleasant smell of burning tomatoes. I turn to Pomni. Hey, Pomni, is sauce supposed to smell like that? She picks up the jar and looks at it. It says smoky romesco sauce. She reads directly off it. My question, why didn't you turn it off? If you don't have the stirring tool, Pomni, why would you leave it on? That is on you for burning our sauce. She reads directly off the label. Maybe it's supposed to smell like that? I shrug. That's not a sauce I've heard before. I keep watching the pasta water. The smoky romesco sauce bubbles ominously next to me. Maybe if I turn up the heat. No, don't do it. Omni, don't do it. That's a very bad idea. Omni, no, bad Omni. If Omni just the knob on a nearly antique stove range, it goes to maximum heat. Omni, wait! Is all I managed to get out before flames engulf the pasta sauce. Oh no. She says, trying to turn it back. As she does, the knob comes off in her hand. She gives me a nervous look. The once appetizing looking smoky romesco turns a truly unpleasant shade of orange, bubbling ominously, popping off the growing bubbles send spurts of sauce bouncing out of the pot. It looks like something out of a cartoon witch's cauldron. Just as the chaos builds in a crescendo, Megadeth comes back into the lounge. Hey guys, how's it look? She spots the bubbling pot. Get out, now she's gonna blow! Pomni and myself follow Ragatha out, taking cover just outside of the lounge. Moments later, the glass of the bot bursts with an audible noise inside the lounge. Smoky Romesco, coating the window. Moments later, the glass pot bursts. Yeah, I read that.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Pomni. No, it's okay. We were both supposed to take care of making dinner, so it's really both of our responsibilities. But I was the one who set the burner so high made the sauce do pomni justice around the room. Walls coated in freshly exploded romesque sauce. That's. I shrug. We all make mistakes, you know? If you say so, Sins. She turns to Ragatha. Take out? Ragatha nods. Well, we'll have to find somewhere other than the lounge to eat it, though. She gives me a meaningful look. Since your room is pretty open, right? By open, she means pretty empty and pathetic and sad and just all around depressing. I nod anyways. Great, I'll order some food on Caine Dash. Spudsies? Ragatha makes a face. I guess that's fine. I'm down for anything. Pomni nods. The food arrives in a few minutes, and we spread it out on the floor of my room like an impromptu fast food picnic. As Polly and Ragatha exchange jokes and memories about the school, my room feels just a little less empty tonight. I can't help but smile and laugh along with them as they tell stories about how Kinger forgot his notes to class once. Honestly, I want to quickly say this would have been funny as hell if that burger looked exactly like the Pomni burger. That would have been kind of funny. Other than that, this artwork's still pretty cute. The one time Caine tried to take them on a field trip with the bus no clipped into the road and ended up in lower orbit. Time passes quickly as we finish our dinner. Hey sis, thanks for letting us use your room. I nod. No problem. Yeah, sis is pretty cool, huh, Poppy? They're so fucking based. They're a fucking Chad. Yeah, I guess so. Poppy checks her wacky watch. Oh wow, is it really that late? Ragatha checks her own wacky watch. Oh, it's already past curfew. Sorry, sis, we didn't even get any planning done today. Poppy heads out, but Ragatha lingers a few moments. I know it's not to ask, but would you mind waking up early tomorrow? We can go over plans for the culture fair. I'll even make you some tea. How does that sound? I considered a proposal for a second, then nod. Sounds good to me, Ragatha. Alright, I'll come get you so we can go to school bright and early. I nod. At least she cleaned up after herself. Day 2, complete. I make it earlier than normal to a knocking on the door. I'm up to Ragatha. Alright, so I'm on day 2, so that means I got 2 more days left until I beat this route. Hey, Sid's ready for our morning meeting? Coming. I grumble, making my way over to the light switch and flicking on before pulling on a uniform. I don't even bother to fix the wrinkles on it before pulling it over one shoulder and opening the door. Am I buff as Kinger, though? Morning. I mumbled. I look down. Ragatha already has her tea set ready, all packed up in a carrying basket, ready for the trek to school. The entire tea set is made from white porcelain and has cute floral designs. It seems to suit Ragatha. You know, a cup of Earl Grey can give just as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and it's less likely to give you the jitters. Even against the morning cold and how early she wakes up, Ragatha's relentless optimism shines through. Okay, well, let's head out then. I say, turning to match her enthusiasm, but unable to mask the tiredness in my own voice. She at least seems to appreciate the gesture. Gesture? We make our way over to the school promptly. I'm surprised it's even open this early, but here we are. I started heading over to homeroom before bumping into Ragatha, walking in the opposite direction. Oh, sorry about that, Sins. Aren't we heading to homeroom? Actually, I was hoping we could go somewhere special. Special? Special how? You'll see. She's happily. Oh shit, I actually hit next. We wander for a bit before she leads me down a dusty hallway that I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any students in. I don't remember Ragatha showing me this part of the school during our tour. The fluorescent lights above us flicker ominously. The walls are painted yellow, and it smells like piss. After a few minutes, she walks up to a door, twists the handle, and with a creak, it opens. Here it is. This is the place? Doesn't look that special. So, what is it? This is the place I go when I feel overwhelmed. You? Overwhelmed? Ha! Impossible. I say half sarcastically. I know it may seem like I have it all together, but sometimes I just really need to get away. Also, anyone else planning to watch episode 9 in theaters? Because I'll try to. Just see it in theaters. That'd be pretty cool. Even if it means rewatching episode 8, which I won't mind, because I do love the series. Seriously. She laughs nervously. If anything goes wrong, it's basically my fault. Even class reps need time off, you know? I nod. Well, if you ever need to share your burdens, I'm here for you too. I really appreciate that, Sins, but I'm the one who volunteered to be class rep. As long as everyone else can be happy, maybe I can be happy too. Not a healthy mindset, I'm just saying right now. Ragatha. Can't help but feel bad for her. Don't worry about me, Sins. I'm tougher than I look. Now let's get to work. Don't want the tea to get any colder. I nod again and again and again. I sit at a spare desk and pull out my school notebook to start writing down ideas. Ragatha goes over to another desk and begins making tea, pulling a canister. I think there's doesn't canister have one end? I don't know, probably not. I don't know. I'm slow anyways. Of hot water out from her travel basket. At this point, man, I forgot that this game updated. I didn't. Fuck. I was gonna like reinstall it because I think there was an update to this game not that long ago. Shit. I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, this game got an update. It probably fixed a lot of bugs in here that I don't know about, or I could come across. But that's something I'll do in the next episode. Make sure this game's up to date. At this point in the idea process, no idea is a bad idea, unless the bad idea is a good idea. So I just let any idea that strikes me flow out onto the page. Maybe we could have live music. What kind of foods do other restaurants like? Maybe we could ask Deb, see if Caine could provide them. And if Gangle and Zubul are doing art, maybe we could do an art exhibit. Or have them do art to help advertise the stalls. I'm so busy writing down ideas, almost didn't. Sorry, I just got fucking jump scared by my door. The front door, because it's windy outside right now, so that was kind of. I thought I closed that open. I'll close it in a sec, unless it pushes it open. Because that. I thought someone was walking into the house. That shit was fucking scary. So I completely made me forget where I was reading. I'm so busy writing down ideas, I almost don't notice as Ragatha comes over with 2 cups of tea, setting one down in front of me. I inhale the smell of the tea. It kind of smells citrusy and floral. The citrusy, with maybe some vanilla in there too. It definitely smells better than the teas I had at home, which either smelled like straight sugar or whatever else it had been sitting next to in the fridge. I take a moment to enjoy the aroma. Mmm. Enjoying the tea sins? I mean, I'm a tea enjoyer. I drink Arizona. I mean, tea is one of the few things I can drink. As long as I don't drink the caffeinated teas. I think some of them are like that. Because I've been enjoying some tea drinks lately. I mean, matcha is one of those pretty good flavors. Now I think about it, it's been so long since I've been to this tea place. But anyways, it smells really nice. I take a sip and almost spit it out. That's nowhere near as sweet as the tea I'm used to at home. Still, after a bit, I gulped it down. That's one way to wake up. Is something wrong, Sins? She looks concerned. It's nothing. Let's talk about culture fair ideas. I say, pushing my notebook towards her. She refused each idea, nodding. These are all pretty good ideas. Don't know where we get live music, though. She reads my idea about doing different food stalls, pointing at the line on the page as she looks up to me. Oh, this is a really good one. If we can ask everyone what their favorite food is, we might be able to get Caine to make a stall including all of them. She's certainly free with compliments, but I appreciate her positivity. I tried their own tea. Again. Still makes it better for me. Hey, Ragatha? Yes, Sins? Do you have any sugar? Ragatha seems a bit taken aback. Sugar? I nod. Yeah, I'm not used to taking my tea like. I adjusted to the still hot Earl Grey tea she served. This. She pauses a moment before nodding, bringing a sugar bowl over with some sugar cubes in it. Sorry, Sins. I take a sugar cube. Then another. Then about 3 more. And hey, Sins, take it easy. You don't want to drown out the taste of the tea with sugar, right? I disregard her protest, adding a few more before stirring my tea. When it takes on the consistency of warm maple syrup, I take a sip. Just like Mom used to make. You really like sugar, huh? I nod as I eagerly sip my tea. Diabetes essential. So, do you want to hear any ideas for the culture festival? I nod. Well, I was thinking it might be nicer for everyone to pick up something to present for the culture festival. Pomni could do a historical presentation on different culture festivals. Gangle and Zibble could maybe present the best art they did for the culture festival. I nod. What would Jax do? She begins to generally think about it. Wasn't he supposed to help Pomni? I do seem to remember that, but the idea of Jax helping anyone seems pretty unlikely based on my experiences with him. Maybe we should just hope he doesn't mess things up for anyone else. She giggles nervously. I nod. So what should we do if everyone presents something? Ragatha pauses to think about it for a few seconds as well. I don't know, Sins. Any ideas? Well, we're planning the festival, so whatever we do has to be something that won't interfere with helping everyone plan the culture festival. It eventually hits me. What if we MC the presentation? MC? I nod. You know, we can tell people about everyone's presentations, cue them to come on stage, and even talk about how we brought people together. I take another sip of my thoroughly sweetened tea. I mean, iced tea did taste good before at McDonald's, I'm just saying. That's a great idea, Sins. More tea? I nod. Ragatha pours me another tea, and I empty the rest of the sugar bowl into it. Ragatha just gives me smiles. I shovel cube after cube into the tea. I'll need to get more sugar before I make tea for you again, Sins. I nod and we both laugh as I drink the syrupy sweet tea. God, that makes me want to gag. As we sip tea in Ragatha's special hideaway, I can understand why she finds the room so peaceful. No sounds of chaos from the rest of the school. No chance of someone walking in and interrupting the moment. I don't blame Ragatha for keeping this place to herself. As the hour creeps on, we're both reluctant to go to class. Still, we eventually have to. Ragatha checks her wacky watch. Well, time really flies when you're having fun, huh, Sins? Did we have to head to class already? Ragatha nods. We really should. It'd be pretty bad class. I'd be a really bad class rep if I encouraged you to be late to class, you know? Wouldn't want to make Caine angry, right? Ragatha begins cleaning up the tea set. I help her bringing the now empty sugar bowl over to her basket. I had a lot of fun planning with you today, though, Sins. Me too. Can we do this tonight too? Ragatha taps her wacky watch, checking her planner before clenching her teeth and sucking a bit of air in. Let me guess, she's gonna be busy. Sorry, Sins, I have softball practice tonight. It's kind of the one thing I never let myself skip, you know? I nod. That's too bad. Can I come to your practice? Wink, wink. Oh, I don't know, Sins. I'm not that good. You don't want to waste your afternoon doing that, right? No, I mean, I could just bring my notebook and keep bringing some ideas, and then we could still walk back together, you know? Damn, it got so fucking cold in here. Ugh. Oh, I mean, if you want to. That would be okay with me. I might as well turn off the TV. You don't know why I'm leaving that shit on. Cool, it's a deal. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action. That's really nice of you to say. I guess it'll be the first time I have a real audience. But I'm happy you're going to come out to see me. I'll meet you after school and walk you to the field, okay? I nod once again. The funny thing I want to point out is usually I get an idea of what I want in a certain part of a video to do while I'm recording, but sometimes it doesn't work out at the end of the day, and I still do other edits. Just pointing that out is how that my mind's been working. Also, it's May apparently, so my birthday is going to be around the corner, so that's going to be awesome. First, we check on Pomni and Jax in the library. Pomni mutters to herself as she sits at a library table, sorting through a few books. Hey there, Pomni. Ragatha waves as we approach the jester girl. Oh, hey, guys. Pomni's voice is filled with a false enthusiasm that doesn't reach her eyes as we approach. We're just here to check up on the progress you've made so far for the Culture Festival. I think you and Jax were supposed to find out what a Culture Festival was, right? Definitely one of the weirder tasks Caine gave out, but I won't question his methods. That shouldn't have been too difficult, right? I say, giving her an encouraging grin. Yeah, well, you think so, she says, returning my enthusiasm. The way her voice traced off at the end of that sentence makes me think that this won't be as easy as we thought. I can't find any books about anything I need. This library isn't organized in any way that makes sense. I spent all yesterday just taking shelves down to find anything relevant. Ragatha paused a moment before responding. Oh wait, I thought Jax was supposed to be helping you. Where is he? Pomni shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. He ditched me on Monday. Said it was a waste of time. Serious? Ragatha clenches her hair before cutting herself off, heaving an annoyed sigh that seems to move her entire body. I shouldn't even be surprised. No, nobody is. The ragdoll straightens her blazer, trying to compose herself again. Well, Pomni, Sins and I were thinking of having everyone present what they've been working on this week. We were hoping you'd be able to present a historical presentation with what you found. Which is, pause a moment before bubbling out the rest of her sentence. Nothing. Right. Pomni shakes her head, gathering a few notes she has spread across a mess of notebook papers. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like a fun idea, and if I even had a single book on the subject, I could probably put something together, but right now, no, I understand, you're right, it was too late to even ask. An awkward silence commences. I decided to break the tension. Well, Pomni, we have to check on Supal and Gangle's progress. I guess let us know if there's anything we can do to help you further. Pomni offers an unamused smile. Yeah. While it's clear Pomni's frustration at the situation not at us, I can't help but notice Ragatha sag a bit as we leave the library. Her formerly under-defeated enthusiasm now dented. Hey, Ugh, I can't believe Jax would just leave Pomni to sort through the library on her own. She cuts me off before I can reassure her. I personally don't mind it. It's so difficult to believe, but I understand that she's just venting right now. Who knows what he's even doing right now? Probably trying to mess everything up for the rest of us. She starts rattling herself up. Hey, it's okay. Let's not go ahead of ourselves. But now let's focus on checking on Gangle and Supal. As far as Jax, you don't have to worry. I'm here. I won't let him mess anything up. I give a reassuring smile. Ragatha returns my smile with a tired one of her own before nodding. Yeah, you're right, Sins. Thanks. We're not beat yet. A little enthusiasm seeps back into her expression. Let's check on Supal and Gangle. I would have done the other choice, but it didn't feel right. Entering the art room, Supal and Gangle are completely engrossed in their own artwork. Hey guys. Ragatha manages to summon her usual cherry tune as she greets the two. Huh? Oh. Hey Ragatha and Sins, what's up? We're just checking up on your progress with the culture fair so far. Ragatha wanders over, peering over Giggle's shoulder. Gangle seems completely unaware. Well, we've been working on posters and promotional stuff for the moment. Yeah, it looks like you guys have been busy. I look over Ragatha's face. It's gone white at Gangle's drawing. Ragatha? Ragatha jumps out of her state, alerting Gangle of her presence. Oh, Ragatha, since. Gangle covers her drawing with her ribbon arms, though it's much too late as Ragatha has already seen it. That's an interesting drawing there, Gangle. Are you hanging that up for her culture festival? Ragatha's cheeks are now burning red. Gangle gives her a shy smile before nodding. Yeah, that was the plan. I'll go over to see what the hubbub is about. Suko follows me. We all crowd around Gangle as her drawing. Yeah. Oh boy. Yes, I fucking love this joke. Oh, might have to blur it, but wow. That is a ragdoll with double. Oh god damn it, that is so fucking good. A familiar figure with a curvy figure that is in a risque pin-up style pose, holding a sign that reads "Culture Fair" this way. Now I take a closer look. It definitely looks like. Is that supposed to be Ragatha? Huh? I'm sorry, but I just fucking love that. Oh, my eyes are tearing up. Of fucking course. I mean, she is an anime girl, dude. What did we expect? Of course she would have that. Oh, God. Sorry. Retraction goes pale. No way! Gecko clutches the drawing protectively. It's okay if you don't want me to put it up. Ragatha blushes even more, realizing that the drawing was indeed meant to be her. Well, I mean, I just don't know if that's really appropriate for, uh, oh geez. I think I've seen that at somewhere else before. She trails off. So you're saying I can't hang up any of my pinup series? Giggle asks, her lip quivering. What other artwork did you make? Tears prickling at the edges of her eyes. You made a series? Ragatha manages to mask her apparent dismay with false enthusiasm. I can't tell, but based on Giggle's own excited smile, the latter does not pick up on it. Gangle unveils a slew of risky pin-up characters. Ragatha's face flushes with humiliation. Oh god. Oh. Well, maybe... well, maybe they tone down a little bit. I'm so using that as a thumbnail. I'm so using it as a thumbnail. I'm so using it as a thumbnail. I don't give a shit what YouTube says. I'm using it as a thumbnail. That is thumbnail worthy of this episode. She says sitting uncomfortable in place. The simple scratches at her chin before chiming in. I don't really see the problem with them. It's mostly tasteful artistic nudity, you know? Artistic nudity? Ragatha's already flushed face burns a deeper shade of crimson. I don't know if Caine would be okay with the porn. She stumbles over her words. They might be a bit much. Supal rolls her eyes. Who cares what Caine wants? Ragatha's lips tighten as Supal's flippant response. I decide to change the subject, trying to tear my eyes away from Ragatha's pinup. So, Supal and Gangle, you two together? Me and Ragatha were thinking about having you guys present some of your art at the Culture Festival. Maybe talk about the techniques used in your inspirations of your favorite pieces. Yeah, sure, that sounds easy enough. Supal agrees easily. Present my art? Like, in front of people? Yeah, it's just a few pieces, nothing too intense, I promise. Gangle looks unsure. I don't know. Ragatha opens her mouth to try and further convince Gangle, but is being by Supal's interjection. How about we get back to you on that? Oh, now it matters, Supal. Okay, now it suddenly matters when we're presenting the artwork. You didn't seem to have a problem when it included Ragatha's honkatonks, but when it's about presenting it to everybody else, all of a sudden, now is a problem. Follow her out of the classroom. Art room. She looks utterly defeated by the afternoon's events. I barely have any time to ask her about it, though. The incarnation of trouble itself comes strolling down the hall. Jax. Crumpled body makes eye contact with us. His eyes widen for a moment, then immediately tries to turn down the hallway. But Jax is already too late. Ragatha has locked on. Jax! She stops with a voice loud and angry enough to silence the other students in the hallway. The purple bunny stops dead in his tracks before turning his head and batting his eye to us. Yes, you're such a little shit. His tone is dripping in sarcasm, but nonetheless, Ragatha marches up to him. You were supposed to research culture festivals with Pomni in the library. Why have you been doing that? Jax looks up, pretending to ponder before shrugging coolly. Oh, that's easy, because this culture fair thing is dumb, and I didn't want to do it. Ragatha huffs. Oh, so you just leave Pomni to do it all by herself? I offered Pomni to ditch with me. She didn't take the offer. That's not my fault. He grins back at Ragatha, intentionally needling her. Ugh, do you realize how selfish this sounds? Well, what the fuck was that, Nick? I take a step forward, but the argument has already started. Seriously, selfish, huh? Why do you care so much about this stupid festival? He says only half joking, he seems like he's getting angry too. Well, obviously, because he cuts her off because she can get off before she can get the word out, stepping close to her. Because it makes you feel important, like you need to be. He throws up his hands and mocks surrender. Go ahead, feel important, but don't pretend I'm the one being selfish. I step between them before it can escalate more. Glaring dagger hit the rabbit. He looks down at me before scoffing, especially now that you've got Sin's food too. He looks down at me with a smirk. Don't worry, Caine, your damsel's not in distress. Pauses as Ragatha hubs, searching for the words to defend herself. She came at me, remember? He rolls his eyes before turning away from us, walking down the hallway and out of sight. We stand in silence for a moment. Ragatha's anger quickly fades to regret. She buries her face in her hands before pulling them back to the side of her face. Hey, are you okay? She gives me a tired smile. Yeah, I'm good. Tougher than I look, remember? She gives me her best happy face, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, I know, but I still have softball practice, remember? She just changing the subject quickly. I had almost forgotten about her softball practice. Oh yeah, you're still coming, right? She says, a hopeful look in her eyes. I give her a warm smile back. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. So I organizing with your team, or I trail off? Oh, there's no team or anything. What? I mean, sometimes I can get Pomni or Gangle or Sybil to join me, or Caine has us play a pickup game, but it's usually just me out there. You gotta be the first person I take to join me for practice in a long time. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh no, don't be. My friends totally don't like me anymore, but I don't take the hint. Honestly, I've kind of become used to practicing on my own. It's peaceful. Sometimes I just stand out there in front of the pitching machine and just practice my swing until my problems feel smaller. As far as ways to deal with stress, that isn't the worst. Especially after everything that happened today, it sounds like she just might need it. The more I hang out with her, it's hard not to notice how lonely she seems. Well, I really want to go out there and watch you today. Come on, sis, don't just say stuff like that. You're gonna make me blush. Well, it's true. I can't make you blush as hard as Gangle was earlier, but I'll try. I tell her. And who knows, maybe I'll like it so much I join you for practice more often. How does that sound? Well, it's nice to have someone else out there. She trails off. As long as you're sure that you're not just doing it to try and make me feel better. I shake my head and pathetically. I really want to go out there today. Maybe if I get to a good place, I'm taking notes. My notes. If I get to take a... What the fuck is wrong with my brain? Oh, cinema. A cool wind blows. Ragatha loads each softball into the back of the pitching machine, each one thumping softly against the other. I want to look down at my notes and start trying to make a plan, but I can't keep my eyes off of Ragatha. The first ball shoots out, and her body uncoils, her gleaming aluminum bat swinging forward to meet the ball. With a sharp crack and a metallic ping, the softball goes flying. One hit like that would be impressive, but Ragatha keeps winding back, her bat meeting each softball and sending it flying. She finishes the set and is already panicking. Hey, Sans, if you're not taking notes, would you mind helping me collect all the softballs? Sure. I nod, getting up from the bleachers and collecting the softballs from the outfield. I help her load them again. The second time around, I managed to make a few more notes about the culture festival, but I'm still pretty much mesmerized by Ragatha every time I look up from the notebook. She finishes the set by sending a softball sailing over the far fence. Hey, Sins. Yeah, I'll go get the balls. I say preemptively happy to help. Actually, I noticed you watching me. You want to take a turn? Oh shit, she notices me. Come on, I bet you could do a pretty good job. Besides, then I can check your notes to see if I have any ideas to offer. Well, it's not like I can tell her I didn't get work done because I can't stop looking at her. I hope I didn't accidentally do artwork. I'll give it my best shot. Ragatha nods, excited. After we load up the machine, she leans against me, putting a hand around my waist. You gotta kind of stick your butt out, and then you just want to wind up your body and square your shoulders. She reaches up to my shoulders. And don't be so stiff, Sins. Just let yourself move. How about you show me a few practice swings first? I nod, practicing the motion. Ragatha gives me a few more pointers. Before walking over to the pitching machine and turning on, she gives me a few slow underhand lobs. After a few swings, I get a good feel for when to hit the ball and where to aim my bat. Good job, Sins. Ready for the machine? I nod, scurrying up to the plate. Ready. With a roaring sound, the pitching machine turns on. It's getting close to the dark, so I squint my eyes, leaning forward a bit. Sins, don't lean so far forward. You might get... Oh, the last words I hear before a softball comes rocketing out of the machine and slams into my head. Take it easy, okay, Sins? She says, helping me up the stairs as we arrive to the dorm building. She leads me down the hallway all the way to the dorm. She pushes the door open without a second thought, lowering me onto my bed. Are you going to be okay, Sins? Probably. Sins, you need to take this seriously. Even if I'm not okay, it's not like you can stay here with me. I say, remembering how insistent Ragatha has been up until now about curfew. Well, I mean, this is a special case. If you need me to stick around, I think Caine would understand. Well, I guess I wouldn't mind some more tea. Without another word, Ragatha gets up and fetches her tea set. She returns swiftly, bringing me a steaming cup. The cup of tea she pours me this time smells herby and kind of sweet. It sort of reminds me of the smell of apples as I inhale the aroma. This smells nice. What is it? Chamomile milk tea. It's good for relaxation. I take a sip. Ugh. Sorry, Sins. I haven't had time to restock on sugar. It's okay. I'll manage. I say, smiling back at her as I sip the tea. My eyelids feel really heavy. Ragatha puts a hand on my shoulder. Thanks, Sins, for everything today. I'll be here tomorrow morning to check on you and take you to class, okay? Okay, thanks, Mom. I say the words slipping out of my mouth before I know what I'm saying. For a moment, Ragatha's inspection shifts, but it's too fast for me to get a read on how she reacted. Oh well. Sorry, I mean thanks, Ragatha. Don't mention it. Sweet dreams, Sins. Well, not sure what her reaction was about, but that's okay. I can't fight off sleep any longer as Ragatha flicks off the lights in my room on her way out. Alright, looks like I managed to skim through day 3.